In the past, you've asked me about crypto and Bitcoin. Again, in my last 2 weeks of business travel, not one question been asked about that. That is just not part of the focus on retirement and long-term investors. And we see very little in terms of investor demand on those types of things. But quite frankly, they may not come to BlackRock for that type of demand. But I would say for all the pension funds and the insurance companies, for all the RIAs that we're talking to for their clients on behalf of their retirement, the dialogue is about how should I navigate my portfolio and how should I think about my portfolio over a long horizon.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory because they show you how the world really works. Also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love. Keep it coming. And also those who are shopping at both stores, much love, keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. Now, we do have Jerome Powell speaking today. I'll bring you that video, especially if there's something good in it. And then also, guys, we see that we definitely are pulling back. We know back is here, and then a few days after that, we have the grayscale situation. Now we have the Black Swan author, Nassim Taleb, says Bitcoin is worth zero. And guys, we know how currency works. If the people says it has value, it has value. Same thing with the US dollar. It's definitely worth zero. They printed 20% of all money in existence in 1 year. They printed it to zero. But the central banks can get away with that because the US dollar is the world reserve currency. People use it. They trust it. But we also know that every asset is manipulated due to the central bank's power. They manipulate gold, silver. We know the prices that gold and silver sit at should be way more than it is. But the fact is that we know the manipulation that goes on behind the scenes. We know the banks have been caught 1,000,000 times manipulating currency. Now, I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice, but please do your own research. Now, guys, getting over into the actual indicators, we know to watch volume, tether, and USDC. We know that we're going to have a pullback. Definitely, guys, do not let it scare you because after that pullback, we know that we normally move right back up. But we definitely have to keep our eyes on those indicators so we will have a window where we can make money before we actually move in to options and futures at the end of the month. And then we go through the same cycle again. The market has been quiet, especially since Tether hasn't been doing anything. So we're definitely welcoming this volatility because it gives us an easy opportunity to make money. Now, do not forget about the Fed, guys. Make sure you're paying attention to the actual app on a daily basis. Plus, we have Jerome speaking, like I stated earlier. We know inflation is going to be the conversation. I haven't even listened to it yet. But we know inflation is definitely rising. Inflation is what? An invisible tax. And we see it everywhere. And we know that the Fed doesn't even include the grocery store in their numbers. But we definitely are feeling it. Gas prices, consumer prices are moving up extremely high. Plus, we have these small businesses that are forced to pay more just to get an employee. A lot of them have closed down until this free money runs out in about a couple months. And of course, when it comes to the central banks, the New World Order is problem, reaction, solution. So we're definitely waiting for that reaction because you're going to have all these people out of work. We have 9 million job openings, but we know they're not paying anything what they were getting free of charge and not doing anything. Now, just like I stated, guys, we have back tomorrow. We also have grayscale, which is so important. We have to make sure we keep an eye on that. But getting over into the actual crypto news, guys, we have Larry Fink said in his 2-week travel that no one asked about Bitcoin or digital assets. And we know BlackRock and Vanguard own a piece of everything. And I mean everything. The New World Order puppets are never going to tell you the truth. We know what they're building behind the scenes. This fourth industrial revolution is being funded by these big banks, these big corporations, and we're starting to see the pace pick up. So we have Christine Lagarde says a digital euro project has been moved up and states the safest form of money is what money? That's central bank money. And we know that central bank money is going to be tied to that SDR, that digital SDR that's going to give them total control. And I've said it on several occasions, guys. Yes, you'll have countries with their own digital currencies. You'll have companies with their own digital currencies, but it's all going to be tied right back to that central bank digital currency where they'll be able to track everything. Now we have Visa to approve Bitcoin spend card for Australian startup CryptoSpend. So again, guys, the big banks are behind the scene funding this digital transformation. And when people see Visa, it gives them trust. MasterCard, American Express, they feel trust when they see these same names, and this is how easily the sheep are going to be moved over. Now we have Valkyrie launches an Algorand trust. And we know Algorand, MIT, central banks. We've heard Gary Gensler speak of Algorand. We are starting to see that 1% float to the top. Now we have 21 Shares is partnering with a German brokerage firm to offer crypto ETPs for savings account. So again, guys, building for more adoption. And we have Brazilian securities regulator approve a Ethereum ETF. Now we have several Bitcoin ETFs have already been approved in Canada. And now we have a couple Ethereum ETFs. So guys, we definitely see they're building the same legacy system that we have right now that is being tokenized and put on blockchain. And we know how important Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be in the system. Core Bitcoin, not so much. But Bitcoin Lightning is what the masses are going to use. That's the reason why it's working behind the scenes. And then lastly, guys, we have the billionaire FTX CEO says one day he'll beat Binance and Coinbase and wake up one day and buy Goldman Sachs and CME. And guys, that key word is wake up, because he's definitely sleeping. We know at the end Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan is going to run crypto at the end. You can see it with USDC, and we know that JP Morgan has a hold on Ethereum. We can see the plan. And then also we know that the big banks are behind Bitcoin Lightning and the central banks control Bitcoin. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. And also the 3 Kids books now. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The Crypto Teacher Stock Channel. Do not forget about Crypto Teacher Stocks. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, got that home stocks, the C-word, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home getting free money or waiting on that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends. So therefore, we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.